do it.
All right. We're good.
All right, Eagles fans, Eagles Nest Florida edition. Welcome to First and Philly. We got a different format. This is what we call the In the Basement edition of First and Philly. Tell me how you really feel. You know, we did the show, fellas. We've been doing it for, Dale's been at it for a year. Me and Jay been at it for about 3 years now, I think, Jay, something like that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to change the format. It's 3 years, something like 3 years. Somebody got to talk back to me now. I know we changed the format. Everybody's
Nah,
like,
the format is different now. So it's everything goes now at this point. So we talking shit. We talking whatever we want to talk, and we say whatever however we feel. That's what it is.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. We're gonna give you the raw, uncut version. It's an over 21 show now. It's no more, leave the kids at home. So anyway, we want to kick it off in the basement. We getting away from where we were at before and just telling you all how we really feel, because we really feel like Eagles fans want to hear our real opinions, not something that we doctoring up so we're saying it so we sound politically correct and we don't hurt anybody's feelings. Because honestly, particularly, we were trying to do it the first week, right? Remember? God, with Jay, we had planned it out. It was like a month going into the first week, but things came up. But I think it was appropriate because the shit we saw in that last game is a great way to start off. Because Dale, what did you see, man? What was that game to you?
Bullshit.
Fucked up. All of it.
Problems is like.
So wait a minute. Did you feel like you saw that another time, like maybe last year? You saw something. It's real similar to that shit like we were seeing last year, right? Same shit.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling Murph that it was kind of like the Saints game, not as bad, but kind of like that.
I don't know if I can go. I think I just pulled my calf.
Oh, my fucking groin. It's hurting me. I can't talk now.
Oh, man.
Fucking bombs.
The whole thing, they
fire the conditioning coach. He sucks.
How long are we going to go through this shit, though? 2 years. We've been saying this shit for a minute about these conditioning coaches. They don't make no changes.
Yeah. Well, they got a new medical staff. That's what they said from last year. They supposedly fired some of those bums. Now they got a new medical staff in, but it's the same result. Has anybody ever seen a team get hurt as much as this team has been hurt over the past 3 years? Jay, you seen somebody?
No. I listen. Yeah. About that, about this game. The shit is upsetting because we had high hopes. We got all these people out here. You know what really pisses me the fuck off? And that's right. It's over 21 now. It's not the fact that they lost. It's the fact that everybody was touting them to be really good, right? And some analysts kept saying, "Ho, we need to see what happens." But all of us are saying how talented the roster is and how they got all these people. And the minute they get a chance to show everybody what the fuck they made of, what do? They take a back step. They piss on themselves. And now everybody's saying, like, man, maybe they middle of the pack. They basically middle of the pack.
We're doing it again. We said we was going to stop doing this. Yes, we are.
Talk.
Because we're giving each other turns to talk.
Talk.
I'm tired of doing that.
Talk.
Oh, I lost it. Wait.
Oh shit.
God.
Oh shit. Yeah. Let's just move on, Dale. This guy, another half hour.
No, the way I got it set up is just screwed up. But dig it though. Check it out. They stunk. You know what I'm saying? They stunk. Like after the game, cut Aguilar's ass. Like, how do you drop that ball? Dale, he's running down the sidelines. I'm saying, how do you drop it?
That was the best.
We've been waiting for
all year. It was the best ball he threw all year long, and he dropped it.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true. That's true. Because everything else has been like lofts. Those long passes, the DJs, those is like loft. That was a pretty pass that he threw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
You know what irritated me about that? I was listening to Sports Talk. People are making excuses.
Right.
Saying, well, he made up for it on the 4th down play.
That's bullshit.
That was a touchdown.
That's
That was a layup.
He didn't
You
make
know,
up for shit. Neither one of them.
No.
Nah. It was a layup. Catch the fucking ball. I don't want to hear it got caught up in the lights. Bro, when I played ball, every other ball got caught up in the sun. You find the ball. You know, you see the black thing that's dropping out of the sky, that's the ball. When you don't see the sun in that spot, that's the ball. Find the ball, catch the ball. That's what you get paid to do.
I didn't hear that he lost it in the lights. Is that what he said?
Yeah, it's the bullshit he was talking about in the interview.
I
Like,
want to hear that shit.
Philly is not feeling that. You know what I'm saying? Do you care that he lost in the lights? I mean,
Hell no.
I didn't care. I don't want to hear it. Man, he's had an up and down career. He's trying to get money. At the end of the year, get rid of him. Trade him for Ramsey right now, straight up. I would give them Aguilar, and I give them Ramsey, and I'll still give them a first-round pick. Because we're going to pick 28, 29, 30. If we win the damn Super Bowl, it'll be 30, 31st. So it wouldn't matter. So, you know, what's that?
What? Win the Super
Bowl. He talking about we're going to pick 28, 29. You real optimistic, bro.
Yeah.
If you bring in Ramsey, and these guys get healthy, we got a chance. I mean, it's still the second game of the season.
Josh McCown will be starting for this team by game 6.
Yo, he said that shit with a real serious face.
Probably. No.
I'm not taking that bet.
It's true.
I'm not taking it.
And then we got a controversy at quarterback. Yeah, we don't want you. This is why we in the basement. Because this is what we talked about on the phone. When McCown came in, he threw 2 quick passes to the back, underneath, something that could be completed real quick without, you know, a whole lot of study and let me see the field. Just a quick pass is move the ball down the field. Wentz comes out there, he's, you know, looking for the perfect pass, the perfect window. I'm waiting for my guy to get open. Dude, just get the ball to these young guys. Get the ball to these athletes and let them do what they do. They don't need your help. You don't have to make Superman plays no more. You got the Superman players. Even the replacements can make plays. You just got to get on the ball. He can't hold that ball like that. It's the same thing he's done, you know, before. He did it last year. The same bullshit. You know what? I told you last year, and you sent me that text, Jay, draft a quarterback. Don't get on here in front.
Hold on. I said, so just to make sure everybody understands, after the game was over or the next day, I don't know which one it was. I told this cat right here, I said, draft a fucking quarterback. You know why? Because I'm tired of Carson sitting around with this deer in the headlights look. When he starts getting in trouble, when he gets that red beat face, when he gets in trouble and you know he's hurt, and then things start changing, and then those duck interceptions that he threw. I was like, that's some shit. That's some shit Foles would do, like back when we first drafted him. Throws like that.
The old Foles.
The old Foles. Yeah, the old Foles. And I don't feel sorry for him at this point because if you want that $100 million, you got to perform better than that. And I'm tired of people saying, well, their receivers were hurt. Tom Brady don't ever have no receivers. Russell Wilson don't ever have any receivers. So if you know how to play quarterback, you need to tell your coach, I need to get the ball out quicker. I need some better plays in here to keep me alive. Because they was beating his ass in that game, and he was holding the ball. So I don't feel sorry for him at this point. If he got hit in the ribs, he got hit in the ribs. And people might get mad at me saying this, but it is what it is. I'm tired of him
playing football.
I'm not saying I want Foles back. What I'm saying is you got to do a way better job than what you were doing. These in the play, oh man, it's just a lot of shit going on right now, man.
What is it? Is it ironic that mediocre backups move the ball? And
that's what I'm saying. So don't tell me the receivers are hurt because the backups move the ball with the backup quarterbacks.
How about that?
So what the hell?
I think Doug's system, when it gets followed from an elementary way, you know, just to do exactly what it says, like what Foles was doing, like what McCown was doing, like what Sudfeld was doing. It works.
Are you sure about that?
Does it matter who the quarterback? I think it works. I think it's It's
You
all
sure he's
about
not
who the
changing the
engineer
plays
is.
and slowing it down for the backup quarterbacks because he expects his superstar quarterback to do something different?
No.
You sure about that?
No.
Because when I see
I
the
don't
plays that
think
they
so.
run, those plays don't look the same.
Yeah.
But I think,
Hey, listen. When McCown came in, he had the same outlets that Wentz had, and Wentz doesn't take the outlet pass. He goes downfield, and he waits for it to go downfield because he feel like he can get away. You know, he feel like he can get away. Dale, come on, man. The guy was being pulled to his knees and threw the ball 20 yards down the field.
right. No, he wants to hit that run.
Every time. Every time. You got to take what's right there. Take what's right there. I played quarterback. I know. There's Murphy wasn't in the NFL. So what? If we was playing out in the schoolyard, it could be me, Dale, and Jay, and a couple boobs against some good guys, and I will move us down the field. It wouldn't be nothing to it. It could be a couple kids that's playing with us. But I know how to get the ball to the person that's open. That's all you do. Get a first down. Get a first down. That's going to come. The big play is going to come. You got to wait on it.
Right.
But how many with the 3rd and 8 all the time?
Oh,
yeah. He threw a pass that was incomplete, or he got sacked, and then it's 3rd and 8, and Wentz or Ertz goes out 6 yards and turns around.
Turns around.
Yo, he crying after the game, Dale. You see him talking down tears. It's on me. I rock with Ertz. Like, he played a good game, but I'm saying, though, come on, man.
All right. Not me. You rock with him? I'm not right now because I think that he could have played. First of all, he's staring him down again. He's doing that again. Staring him down the whole game. And I'm looking at these guys like, are y'all serious? What about the one play where he had him sneak for the 2-point conversion? It was the same exact play that he got that man hurt in the Rams game last year. The same exact play, and they ran it again. Why?
But that was listen. That was an option play where Carson decided to keep it. That's Carson being Carson.
And you take that out of that out of the lineup. Then you don't give him that option.
When he scored that, I'm gonna tell you, Carson took this game personal. He took it seriously. He played his heart out in the second half. I mean, I can't really put on him. Aguilar dropped that pass. That lost us the game. And you know, they couldn't make a tackle on Julio Jones, and nobody had enough speed to run him down. I mean, it is what it is. He's a big boy. It wasn't going to be easy.
We don't have 3 hours here. Because if we did, we could talk about Carson Wentz the whole time. And you know why? All the passes, a lot of the passes that he completed were very high. They were to the point where receivers had to go and get them, and they were lucky to get some of those. So a lot of the completions, you could probably wipe off the board if those receivers didn't have the ability to go get them. So I don't feel sorry for him. He built himself up. He wanted the $100 million.
Tired of feeling sorry for people.
I don't feel sorry for him. I don't.
Dale, did he have bruised ribs in the first half?
Yeah. But that was his own fault for
that
damn ball.
Right.
I'm not.
This will be Carson Wentz's career. He's going to get hurt every year because he holds on to the damn ball. I don't care if you have the best line in the world. When your quarterback is standing back there for 15 hours, he's going to get sacked and he's going to get killed. I don't care. And that's what his game is. That's what his game is in college. Here in college. Because he held on to the damn ball.
Let's switch speeds. Ronald Darby.
No,
let's switch. Let's talk about the defensive backs. Let's start with Ronald Darby. Not Darby, but Ronald Darby.
Number one.
The number one cornerback on the team. The person that the Atlanta Falcons said they game planned to throw at him because they saw how terrible he was in the first game. And they knew that he had some deficiencies. And they went at him all night. There was a point in the game where I was talking to Murph over text, and Darby did something stupid. And he actually said, this in the first quarter, he said they're going to target Darby all night. And that's exactly what they did. That's exactly – even on the incompletions, he was beat. The only reason why they didn't get those is because he overthrew him. He overthrew him. Matt Ryan, I'm just astonished. And then we paid him $8 million.
Matt Ryan sucked. Darby sucked.
$8 million.
Out of
He does.
Is Isaiah Jenkins available? Remember
Jenkins.
Put him back. Even at 80 years old. Garbage. I hate that guy. Man, I don't know who you really think they're going to get that dude from Jacksonville?
I hope
Jalen?
so. I actually hope so. I hope they do.
Patriots.
No.
I'm-
They no.
I
don't think they're going to get him.
Same shit every year. They get hurt. They don't sign nobody that they really need. I mean, they got all them defensive line guys. Now they're all hurt. Cox, 80 years old. He can't get through a wet paper bag right now. I mean,
where's Brandon Graham?
It's tough.
Where's 96? Where's Brandon Graham? Where's 96? I saw him for a few minutes the first game. Barnett, where is he?
Did he re-sign?
Yo, I went back and I watched the tape again. Barnett is getting pushed. He's just not getting there. He's turning into the new Brandon Graham where I get a hurry, but I don't get a sack. We need sacks. They should have got Clowney. They got to get somebody that can pull somebody to the ground on that defensive line.
I don't want to hear about push. I want somebody on the ground that has the football, or I want somebody smashed and taken out of the game. That's all I want. I don't want to hear all that other stuff. Because that wasn't how it was the year before. The year before last, we was getting those sacks. They were getting pushed.
Yeah.
And that's why the cornerbacks were okay, right? Because they were getting mad pressure on the QB. But now,
Aho got a sack his second in 9 years. That's a great free agent.
You know how many sacks they have so far in the season? One. All those guys, all those blitzes, one sack.
Let's just say.
Yeah. Well, one sack for the defensive lineman. They got one sack. I think Zendejo got a sack last week, the safety on the all-out blitz. Yeah.
That was back in 9 years. It's true. That's a great free agent signing right there. 2 sacks in 9 years. You know, you would think safety would get another sack where the quarterback would at least be like step out of bounds and be within close that he would get sacked, but I guess he couldn't do that either. 2 sacks in 9 years.
So I took the liberty of trying to stay off social media after that game because I didn't want to hear the shit. But I went on there late last night and I watched what's his name? Lord Brunson. This is your part of the show, Murph. Lord Brunson, who has a little show that he does. He has a little show that he does, and he was on there screaming at Eagles fans saying, "Oh, it's not Carson's fault. He did what he was supposed to do." Bullshit. And I'm not trying to go back to Carson Wentz right now, but I'm not even trying to hear that. And he was trying to protect Carson, saying he was, it's everybody else, and you had players hurt. A real team they have backups for a reason that they could step in. Now everybody wants J-Matt back because we need. Obviously, they're thinking about signing a receiver. Now they want J-Matt back to come in and take up the slack because he knows the offense. To me, that's another mistake. Bring up Greg Ward. I mean, get the newbies in here, see what they got. I mean, if your quarterback is so elite, he should be able to throw to anybody. That's just my take.
Our quarterback can do that.
Yeah, he should be able to. I mean, but
Brady, hot dog cart salesman guy for 1,000 yards.
Oh man.
Yeah, Brady can have us 3 out there as receivers, and he'll still win the Super Bowl, man. Yeah. I mean, they got to pick it up. They got to pick. I mean, one person we didn't talk about. Why the fuck is Jason Peters still on this team? Like, for real. I just want to know. Again. I know, and man, bro. Everybody said Samalu had a bad game. What about JP? I rewatched the game. JP stayed getting beat. He stayed on his ass. It wasn't just Samalu. JP's man was beating him, and Samalu's man was the whole left side of the offensive line. Took the night off. They kept trying to run to that side. I'm like, why is he forcing that side? Something's got to be said about Doug, too. That play calling, I mean, all right. I can give him some leeway because he lost the starting 2 receivers. So you're going to change what you're doing because those guys, that wound up playing, they were like running the Falcons offense during practice. They didn't really get any reps. They didn't really have anything going on, but still, you have to be able to make adjustments before the second half. And they get off to a bad start past 2 weeks. Second half comes around and they come out and they get it going. You know what I'm saying? They start getting some traction. They start getting some yards and doing what they need to do. But it doesn't take a whole half to do that. Never mind. That's, to me, that whole half thing is reminiscent of an old ball coach that we had who's now in Kansas City, who used to also get off the slow starts. And all of a sudden, we were a second half team. That was the common thread for the Eagles. Matter of fact, that wasn't just in games. We were a second half team, second half of the season team, because historically under Reed, the Eagles always start off slow. We always would start off.
But why are you giving him leeway
3-5 or 4-4. I'm just giving them leeway. I'm giving them leeway only because that first series, all right, you got a different group of receivers. Carson has to get comfortable throwing the ball to these guys.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't run the ball. No, he does not. No, he does not. No, he doesn't run the ball and run some slants, run some screens. No, run some screens, run some slants. If you're a good coach, you realize you got a deficiency and you change the plan, right? So no, I'm not giving him a break. We all three of us know personnel. He does the same thing every year. He starts off trying to throw all the time. He realizes he can't do that. Yeah. By game 4, he starts running the ball and having a 50-50 mix, and the team starts to pick up. It's the same thing every year.
Kansas City, the year before the Super Bowl, we got our ass beat by Andy Reid. And all of a sudden after that game, because I think he threw the ball 45 times, it was something insane. And then after that, he started running the ball.
48 times on Sunday.
48. With all those healthy running backs.
Why did we sign the third?
All those healthy receivers we have. We threw the ball 48 times. You threw me like, come on. Say it again, Dale. What's up?
Couple things. Why did we sign the third leading rusher in the NFC, and he's sitting on the bench? Right. Your quarterback is dinked with a rib injury. He's in concussion protocol, and we're still throwing 48.
Still throwing a ball.
Yeah. You got a point. It don't make sense. It don't make sense.
It's almost like they were trying to lose. It's almost like that. I mean, come on, think about it. Hey,
please.
Think about it.
I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist or anything. You sound like one of them clowns, EDP. You sound like a shock doctor. Or what's the other clown you was talking about earlier?
Lord
the
Brunson.
dude that looks like Hey Arnold, Lord Brunson. He looks like not Hey Arnold. What's the guy? The Mad Magazine guy. That's what he looks like. Lord Brunson. You know what I'm talking about. The guy that's always ran. No conspiracy theories. They lost. They lost because they went into a hornet's nest, and Atlanta wanted the game more than they wanted the game. And all of our weaknesses showed. Samalu's been a weakness, but he's not transferring into being a starting offensive lineman. Samalu's trash. JP, how many times have you and I argued, Dale, about JP? Like, why is he still making the team? Why is he still out there? What's that?
No idea. He should be on the bench. Have him as.
Who is? Go ahead, Dale. I can't hear you.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I don't know why he's still there. He got killed, and like you said, they acted like Samalu was horrible. What about the Hall of Famer on the there? He's horrible. I mean, he's slow. He gets beat almost every play. It's time to stop it. You know, let
you got it.
What's the Mailata project? Is that thing ever going to take off?
He's hurt. He's hurt. I think he's hurt.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah, he's again. You tell. Every time there's people hurt on this team, get rid of the strength and conditioning coaches.
He's trying to put him on the IR.
How'd he hurt him?
Again?
He got hurt in practice. Right. I guess. I don't know.
He got hurt.
I don't know.
Nothing wrong with him, man.
Dude,
he's a real
Australian dude. He gets hurt in practice.
What about your guy? What about Miles Sanders? What about him? What the hell?
What about my guy?
He said he sucks.
I don't know. Little fella's having a tough time right now. Every time he gets the ball, he runs to the sidelines like he wants to get around a corner, like Westbrook used to do when he first got here his rookie year. Same thing that Shady used to do. You know, he's going to need – but, you know, guess what? If I didn't have no blocking, I'd run to the sidelines too because they're not blocking anybody.
Buddy, this is your guy. You feeling the stripe? You feeling the stripes on this one? That's your guy.
I am. Yeah. I am.
Murph,
what's up? Yeah.
Not hugging the dude. He's very. Come on.
Yeah,
He's struggling, man. He's struggling.
Well,
He's a rookie.
Put Howard in there.
I'm gonna tell you something else too. I'm gonna tell you something else too. I think everybody was screaming about how much what's the little guy's name? Sproles played on the first game, and he was completely healthy in the second game. And Doug made it a point. It was almost like he was saying, "I'm not gonna play him because I'm tired of y'all complaining. Y'all gonna see what happens. I'm not gonna play him." And he waited and waited and waited and waited, and didn't play him until almost the end.
If there was any game. If it was any game, he should have been out there. He should have been out there for that one because we didn't have our starting receivers. At least to make them – well, do you really got to focus on him still? I mean, I guess a little bit, you know.
You don't have to focus on him. Just put him as part of the plan. Run some plays through him. That's it. You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
What'd you say, Dale?
He had rushing attempts Sunday night, not one.
Right. He didn't play him. Mm-hmm. I don't know what was going on there. I mean, I don't want him to play him half. I don't want him to get 20 rushes and 10 pass attempts, but he didn't play the guy. So
no. He had a case of the dropsies too. He dropped the ball. I think his drop and Aguilar's drop was like back to back or something like that. I think he dropped the first and Aguilar dropped the second.
That was like that. What season was that? 16, 15? That they would remember when they were dropping 16. All those passes.
16.
It was 16.
They dropped everything.
They were dropping everything.
Wasn't your boy Dorial Green Beckham? Wasn't he there?
Yeah,
when they was dropping the ball crazy?
18. Yeah, he was there. They was dropping. It was all of them. J. Matt, all of them were there, dropping all those passes.
Mm-hmm. What are they going to do at receiver? Are they going to bring back J. Matt?
Probably.
He didn't drop the ball a whole lot last year. He was a lot better. He's not as explosive as, man. I mean, what else you going to get for a couple weeks?
Bring up Greg Ward. Bring up Ward.
Bring up Greg Ward. You need two receivers.
Yeah, bring up Ward.
You're going to bring back J-Matt and Ward. You know, they lost two. They need two. They only have three other receivers on the roster.
What's with Whiteside, too? Yeah. I'm not out there either.
Terrible.
Yeah. I don't know.
Terrible.
They struggled, man. They came in, you know, them boys wanted to win. They went into Atlanta and played a team where Atlanta's back was against the wall. Their season was over. And they came in there with that we going to be the Super Bowl champs attitude and all that bullshit. Like, you know how they've been. We the paper champions, and they got their ass kicked.
Yeah, but I don't even think it's that. I disagree with you. You know why? I think that the game, they had lots of chances to win that game. They had the first half. They were still in the game, making all those mistakes, and even in the second half, they went ahead. They missed the 2-point conversion. I mean, there was lots of chances, even at the end with Ertz and the drop
had a fumble.
Him too. Look, I mean, they could have easily beat that team.
What's wrong with him? What's wrong with Clement?
Get rid of him. I said that.
And he
when
hurt.
That happened,
he had a fumble. He hurt.
Get rid of him. What's the point? He doesn't take any rushing attempts. He doesn't. I thought that they would use him for screens and stuff like that on certain plays. They don't do that. Right. They're using them as a kick returner only. So what's the point?
Well, I think Sproles is in his way as far as getting on the field on third down. Because he wasn't on the field at all last week. He wasn't. This past week, I don't remember him getting any carries.
Sorry,
they're the same player, him and Sproles. I don't. You know, I wanted Sproles going a long time ago. I know he played well in the playoffs last year and all that, but I mean, when do you move on? Sproles, Peters, all these old bums, and now they're gonna have if God forbid Josh McCown win any games, they'll erect a statue of him next. A little one next to Foles statue, and we'll have him till he's 50. You know what I'm saying? Something about these old guys, they come in, they do something, and we fall in love with them. It's like, oh, Don't cut him. Don't trade him. He's a bum. Sproles is a bum. Jason Peters is a bum. Ronald Darby is a bum. Nelson Aguilar is a bum. Let me see. What are the bums that I want to call out today? Who else stunk in that game? Somali, that name Somali was a bum. Who? I can't hear you.
Miles Sanders, you didn't say him.
Fuck you, Dan. Miles Sanders. He's going to kill me about Miles Sanders. It's all good, man.
How y'all felt, Russell?
Miles Sanders not a bum. He's a rookie.
He averaged.
Russell was all right.
Murph, he averaged 1 foot a carry.
They had Rasul on number 11 early, and it was working out.
Yeah,
it was working out. They should have left that. They were fine. Yeah. But you know how Swartz is. Why is Swartz doing all that? I like the blitz. I like the aggressiveness.
I like the blitz too.
But with the way the corners are playing, you can't do a cover 0. You still have to have a cover 1 at least. You bring
Jalen. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad, but you bring Jalen Ramsey here and you put Jalen Mills on the other side, you can go cover 0. And listen to me before y'all go crazy, because they know how to jam the receivers and get their hands. Jalen Mills will beat the hell out of you on the line. Now, you'll beat the hell out of him on the double move, but on the line, around the goal line, it's no days with Jalen Mills. And Ramsey, you know he does the same thing, so you have to have those types of corners if you're going to go 0 blitz. That's the only way you can do it, and it makes sense. You can't have Ronald Darby who wants to play 10 yards off of somebody because he don't want him to run by him. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have Rasul is another guy. He can play up on the guy. I just think Rasul, I know he made that huge mistake. It's something going on with him and Swartz, or, you know, I don't believe he's that stupid, but he's kind of always the guy getting lost in the shuffle. And last year, he had to come on and play well at the end. Another person we forgot about is Crayvon LeBlanc. How many of these fucking guys are injured, man? It's like a whole damn team. Hold on. Go back to the damn team is injured and the season ain't even fucking started. We like game 2.
Go back to Ramsey. You can't. I'm not sure you could bring him in here because your man, Dickhead Swartz, likes to play a lot of zone, and that's not Ramsey's thing. You got to play man if you're gonna bring him. It's the same problem that we have when we want to bring in any top corner that we bring in. We can't bring them in because they don't play Swartz's scheme, and that's the problem. And he would have to switch his defense to man.
Well, he's going to have to switch up to some man. They got man. The man is part of what they do. They just don't do it that much.
Right.
They don't do it that much because they don't have man corners that can cover. They man corner. They don't. Come on, man. And then the D line can't get to the damn quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you say that they don't have man corners that can cover, but every quarterback that plays us picks apart the zone. So what's the difference?
Right.
I mean, what is really the difference?
The difference is we don't have good corners, period. And the corners that are decent, they're being played out of position. What's up, Dale?
But even if they do, they're not going to change Swartz's scheme. He's too fucking big. He's going to.
Yeah, he is.
He get Deion Sanders. I don't give a shit. They're still going to do the zone.
Yeah, they are. Picket fence.
Soft parts all over that zone.
I saw Atlanta doing the picket fence this week, and I saw Washington doing it last week.
Yeah, but it wasn't what we do. They don't do pickets on 4th and
30.
They don't do it. They don't allow you to get 29 yards. So, you know, it's a different version of the picket. So, and I did see that. But.
Do it.
Say again, Dale?
What happened?
England do it?
Who?
New England, do they?
No, they don't do. They don't. I've never seen them do.
No, they don't do.
Not to my knowledge.
No.
Well, Belichick don't do dumb shit like that.
Right. Every now and again, you cut out, Dale, so we can't.
Oh, sorry.
For some reason. But yeah, I Swartz. I mean, he's partially to blame too. I mean, I do like the aggressiveness that he pulled out this last game. do like that. I saw them blitzing more.
I liked his defensive game plan. They just did not get to the quarterback. That front four, I don't know, man. Last week it was the same way. I know Malik Jackson got hurt, but I'll be honest with you, man. I was a guy that was like, oh, man, Malik Jackson, wait till you see him, this and that thing. Bro, I didn't see anything from him all through preseason. I didn't see much from him in that game. I got to watch the tape again and maybe just focusing on him. But $13 million a year, I'd rather get that money to Ramsey. I definitely would have rather get that money to Clowney. And, you had to give him a little bit more money besides the 13. But I would rather, it's just these are wrong guys, man. Fletcher is Fletcher. I don't have anything against him. I guess Brandon Graham will get a sack maybe by the fourth game. He'll get his first sack. Maybe he'll go on the run and get a couple sacks. Barnett is still hurt. You know what I'm saying? He ain't rounded out all the way. And I've seen him still getting the push, but, not turning that corner and getting there. That's they're all out of sync, man. The whole squad is out of sync.
What happened to this mean, nasty defensive line? Oh, it's going to be trouble. That's all I kept hearing about all these great guys on the defensive line and offensive line. Man. Both lines are terrible right now. Both.
Yeah. But no, Lane Johnson and Brandon Brooks, they've been doing their thing. Why they don't run the ball to that side?
And he's not even supposed to be playing, really, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah. And he's out there killing it. He played the whole game this week. So, run it there. I think league-wide, and I think the Eagles are more centric in this, it's too much babying for these fucking players. They barely practice. They don't tackle to the ground. They don't play preseason games. And we come in here week 2, and our whole damn team is hurt. I wish all their asses would have got hurt the second week of preseason. You know what I'm saying? At least we've been able to deal with it, and they would have been better by the time the season started. But when you don't get them guys a chance to go out there and work at it, and knock heads, and do what they do, hit the ground and all that, your body is not going to be used to it. And the first couple times you do, you're going to have to see, well, how's my body going to act when I hit the ground? I really plant and cut, or I jump, or whatever it is, whatever motion you make as an athlete. You're a professional athlete. You out here, you get paid to play this game. You can't be, let's just play touch this week. Let's play touch and practice for the next 4 weeks because we don't want to get hurt. Them other boys out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? And them other coaches, they got horrible teams that haven't played well. That's gunning for the Eagles. They got their kids. They got their kids. They got their players out there hitting. They got them getting prepared for the season. But we want to put Carson and China Doll in the China cabinet. Make sure nothing happens to him, because if something happens to Carson, it's over. Dude,
0 passes
draft the fucking quarterback this year. Yeah, man. Come on, man.
And you know what's coming. You know what's coming now, right? Here comes Matt Stafford with one of those 400-yard games, because every time we got to go over there and play them, they're playing in Philly this time.
Yeah.
It's in Philly, so it might be a little bit different. But normally Matt Stafford had those 400-yard games when they used to have Calvin Williams and all that shit. 400-yard games. And remember back in 2016, I think the game against the Lions was that break game where Wentz threw a couple interceptions, and there was a fumble by 24. Who was 24?
Ryan Matthews.
Yeah, that fumble. That was when that whole thing turned, that whole game. So here we go again. And people thinking.
And talking about that, Dale, Ryan Matthews is a prime example of a guy that just wasn't good enough. Remember we brought him in? He was in there for a couple years. Chip Kelly.
Too streaky.
Dude was trash.
Yeah.
And he stayed hurt. And what did they do? They moved on. We still got players on our roster that's trash that we need to move on from. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm an Eagles fan through and through. I haven't stopped being an Eagles fan. They're gonna kick Detroit's ass on Sunday. It's gonna be a wake up call. I don't know what's gonna happen in New England, but I believe they're gonna play better because they're gonna be at home, and because I feel like their back's against the wall and they know it.
Wow, they ain't got no receivers though.
No,
it's the same excuse. Either you have the people or you don't.
I don't give a damn whether you got receivers or not. You still got to draw plays. You still got to execute. It don't matter.
But
it don't matter.
But you won't be happy if they just. You won't be happy if they're just resilient.
No, I don't want to hear that.
No, hell no. They better
That's
win.
what I keep hearing, Carson.
You're
very resilient.
I went over resilient my ass. You need some W's.
Yeah, that's.
But listen, he played his ass. He played his ass off the second half of the game, and Nelson Aguilar dropped that ball, and he can't make Ertz run a 9-yard route instead of an 8-yard route when it's 2nd and 8, and Ertz, no, he ain't strong enough to break out of a wet paper bag, man. That cat, he knows he had to run up. He ain't running over nobody. He's not running through nobody. It's not who Zach Ertz is, but he will catch the damn ball if you throw it to him. So, it's just a mistake, man. Another mistake, but what you got, Dale? You think they'll win this week?
I think they'll win this week, but here you go again. Wentz played his ass off and all that stuff, but they still lost the game.
That's true.
So what is it?
Clutch?
$100 million quarterback wins that game. I don't care who's catching the ball, I don't care who's running the ball. $100 million quarterback wins that game.
I agree.
Is he clutch?
You keep saying he played his ass off, but did he really?
Did he?
I don't know why you keep saying he played his ass off in the second half.
He escaped some rushes and he threw these exceptions. And he kind of did okay. They lost. We sucked.
Nah, I didn't.
They lost. Right.
Didn't care for it.
At the end of the day, they lost, and all that. Nobody gives a shit about his effort. It's an L to Atlanta, who we beat the past 3 times.
All those mistakes, and they were still in it. How come they couldn't have won it? Because the Falcons looked even worse, realistically.
They won.
They didn't do a damn thing.
Did Wentz really look good the first game? So are you're still waiting basically for him to show up?
Nah, he looked good. The second half of the first game, he looked good.
What elite quarterback looks good in the second half?
Yeah.
Breeze looks good from the beginning. Brady looks good from the beginning.
Not the real ones. The real ones don't look good in the second half. They look good right out the gate. They look good.
So
what I'm saying?
I say it again.
Is
he really elite?
No.
I don't know.
No.
No. Hell no.
Realistically, from day one, he done that as elite. Has he gotten some Houdini shit going on once in a while? Yeah. Has he won a big game? Has he?
I don't think he's come back and done any comebacks that's noteworthy.
No.
And that's your thing. You always saying that, Murph. A good quarterback is supposed to get those game-winning drives. You always – every time we watch games together and it's the fourth quarter, he's got to get a defining – this is him. The man right there with the Eagles on the shirt. He has to get a defining game-winning drive to win a game to become in that elite bunch, and he cannot do it.
The game that Foles came in versus the Rams, when he did that sneak and blew his knees out, Foles brought him back and they won that game to start.
Better defense.
Tenure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did something off the bat, and that's – I don't know. I don't want Foles back either. Don't start that shit. But
no.
$100 million quarterback at this point.
If you're elite and $100 million quarterback and you feel something's not working, it's up to you. Go to the coach and say, we need to shorten this up. We need to throw something. I need to get this ball out of my hands faster. What can we do?
It's true.
He wants the home run every play.
And I can't believe I'm getting on the camera and I'm trying to dial back. I want to inject some positivity. Listen, people, I want to tell you something great about your quarterback.
No, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing.
At the end of the day,
we doing the real talk.
He's not. Okay.
That was before.
I got to keep it real. I know. It's hard to come off there. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Listen, the motherfucker's not elite until he shows that he's elite. And elite motherfuckers do elite shit. And he hasn't done no elite shit yet. Period. You know what I'm saying? MVP is supposed to be I'm getting tired of defending this guy because last week I was in the bar and I had, people all around me and they was, oh, what about this? What about that? And I'm, you get back into a corner till you get to a point where it ain't shit I can really say about him. He was supposed to be the MVP in 2017 if he would have finished the season, but we don't know. He hasn't won a playoff game yet, so we don't know what he's going to do in the playoffs. He hasn't finished the season and led us into the playoffs yet. So we don't even know what he's going to do with a complete second half of the season yet, to be honest. Is he elite? No. Could he be elite? Man, shit. What's this guy's name? That's starting for the Giants. He could be elite. Any of them could be elite as young, and we don't know. But has he been elite so far? No. Do I think he's elite? I think it's something in there, but I want to see it. Until I see it right now, I want to draft a quarterback. I'm looking at Dexter Lawrence. I'm looking at Tua Tagovailoa. I'm looking at all those quarterbacks in college football right now and saying, who would fit real good in this system with what we're doing in Philly right now? And that's how I really feel. That's why we started this show. It's in the basement. I got my man Jersey. I got my man DHD. We're tired of giving y'all the bullshit. We're trying to tell you exactly how it is. Yo, I think we should sign off, man. I think we said enough.
We tired of ripping these motherfuckers already? I got another hour.
I don't know.
I could rip these motherfuckers all night. Because they are killing me, man. You know how much shit I had to listen to over the summertime about people saying, is Carson going to finish the season? And then the second game, he in the tent. I mean, come on, man. It ain't about me, it ain't about the fans, but come on, man.
Got 7 more
ribs.
It's always something.
They got 7 more games of Rip Wentz because McCown will be started after 9.
Only 7 left.
Man, shit. This shit is crazy.
Wow.
Man, we in so much trouble, man. We post this shit up, man. People gonna be mad as shit at us, but it is what it is. We the villains now,
I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. Yo,
we the villains.
We in the basement. First in Philly. Tell me how you really feel. This is what we doing now. I got tired of, I was bullshitting myself. We would get off from that show, and me and Jersey would talk to each other. I'm like, yo, why don't we just say that on the show? Why don't we just tell everybody what's really running through our mind? Because we know what's running through your mind, too. We know you feel that way. You might be saying go Birds, and and you might be complacent with that 2017 Super Bowl. Fuck that Super Bowl. I want another one. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they're not slowing it down. You got your ring out. I know. Can I get 2? Can I get 3?
You know what happens? You know what's going to happen?
Yeah, I got one. What?
Nothing.
Nothing. Right.
Yo, but you know what? Let me just add this. You know what I hate? I mean, I know we're about to sign off. I hate when I look at posts and or talk to fans and they saying it's only the second game in the season. No, it ain't, you dumb motherfuckers. We need to be winning all these fucking games. It's a conference game. It's a test to see where your team is at. Don't say, oh, I'd rather lose early than lose late. Shut the fuck up. We need to win when we can. We supposed to be showing the league what we about. Right now, the league think we about bullshit. Right now, ratings dropping.
They do.
Nobody giving a fuck about the team right now.
And they still talking about the fucking Cowboys, screaming about them damn bombs.
It's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
What's that, Dad?
If they're playing like this, I ain't even watching the fucking game.
Feel you on that one, man. Shit.
First game in like 30.
Dig it.
Hey, you, Dale, you planning to go to the game in Miami?
No, probably not.
Probably won't do it. Okay.
No.
Yeah, ask him. Yeah.
Oh, I got
a seat.
Tampa last year, sweated my balls off for that debacle.
Yeah.
Right.
It was hot.
Right. We were there in the heat fest.
But yeah, that's it for me. I'm good, man. I just wanted to get that out, man, because they better have a good showing this week. If not, we'll be on here ripping them again next week. It'll be some other people. So if you ain't trying to come under the gun, play ball. And any fans out there that got something to say about this recording when they see it, leave a comment. Because if you want to get on the show, you can get on the show. If you want to argue with us or state your point, let us know. We can bring you in. We got the methods to bring you in if you want to
Absolutely.
really be about it. So, but don't forget, if you decide to come on here, it's no holds barred. So don't come on here thinking that we doing some broadcast on a TV station. This that basement shit right here, and we gonna let you have it if that's the
we're
case.
We're gonna go in exactly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have their first 100-yard rusher this week, and his name is not anybody we was thinking about. It's gonna be Jordan Howard. They have his first 100 yards.
What you mean?
Yep,
That's all we was thinking about. We wasn't thinking about nobody else.
Oh my God!
No, but you were thinking.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
No, it's water in here. I promise.
Holy!
I promise, it's water in here.
Yeah, but you really going in trying to predict a 100-yard rushing game against the
I
Lions?
think he will.
Oh, good luck. All right, so nice elite team they playing, right? So good. I mean, I'm glad they'll get their 100-yard rusher this week.
They just need to get on the right side of the win column. That's all. On the left side of the win column, where the W's go, not on that right side. What's up, Dale?
I hope he's averaging 35 yards a carry for that.
Really?
Have to. He's only good all 3 times.
I mean, they got the best offensive line in the league. They was hearing it all summer. They was feeling themselves. They think they can just go out there and just win the games without playing.
Who's the backup? That's what I want to ask y'all.
For
who is the backup when Samalu comes out?
I think it's your guy, Matt.
My guy.
Yeah, Matt. What's his name?
Pryor.
Yeah,
Pryor
I think
is the backup.
Yeah, I think so.
I had heard he was
I just wanted to ask. You heard what, Dale?
I heard he was on the cut list if they need to move a roster spot. He's
Really?
one.
It's possible. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know who else. And
he's another guy that,
Kelsey was hurt too
Kelsey
this week.
what?
He was hurt. He was in the tent. All of them.
Yeah.
He went to the wrong damn.
Yeah.
He went to
the wrong sideline.
Yeah. Concussion protocol for Big Kel. Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, you want to take it down, Murph?
Yeah. I think they put up a 30 spot again. They get back on the right side of winning, which is the left side, if you're looking at it.
Then they got a short week, and then they go to
33-16 Philly.
33-16
wow.
With no receivers.
Yeah, and they're coming back home. Yep, and the defense is gonna wake up for the first time and make. Matt Stafford to give you the ball. You ain't got to do a whole lot to get the ball from him. He's gonna turn it over.
Carson Wentz does too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this game. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think they dig it out, man. I think they do. I think they bounce back, and this is a gut check win.
24-21 on a late second Elliott field goal.
23-21.
I like it.
23-21 Lions on a last second field goal.
Oh man!
I know you're feeling it. I know you're feeling that too. Yeah. You just don't want to say it.
No, I'm not feeling it. No, I'm not.
You're
right.
I'm more on the 24-21. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real eccentric because I feel like I still need to belt people up. But I do feel like they're gonna put up a 30 spot, and I think they're gonna get defensive touchdowns this week. I think yeah. Who? Fletcher Cox.
You mean the one that missed the interception in the game last week?
Yeah, I believe in Fletcher, man. Fletcher been hurt, man.
They've got no turnovers yet. Do they have any turnovers? Oh yeah, they do have turnovers from last game.
Yeah. They got three interceptions.
Those weren't hard picks. Those were balls that were thrown up in the air and they just fell underneath them. So it wasn't like it was good plays at all. You know that.
Right. They was laying on the ground. The ball came right to them. When he was sitting down, is that how they got him?
Yeah, it's
when
just
sitting down interception.
It's always some.
Just sit down. I'm gonna throw it to you.
There's always some cheat code to these people getting something that they supposed to be getting.
Right.
It's nuts.
Defensive touchdown.
What'd you say, Dale?
What brand water do
you? This is great value, actually.
That's why defensive touchdowns.
I need to have some Dasani to make me think right.
I don't know. I'm going to get that great value because something's making a defensive touchdown. Holy shit!
Last time you saw one of those?
Yeah, I don't know.
2017. Last year? You sure? It was a 2017 season. Defensive touchdown.
No, they had some defensive touchdowns last year.
I think you're just saying that. I don't think you're sure. I think you want it to be true.
No, I'm pretty sure they had. Yeah. It wasn't like 17. You know what? We all need to clear 17 out of our heads, including those players. Like, they need to take them somewhere and get them a fucking lobotomy. And just that part out. Just the 2017 year, all the players that were involved in that, coaches, so they can get focused on playing football. Because if anything I got to say about them, this is the last thing I'm going to say. They don't look hungry. They don't. They haven't looked hungry since they won that damn Super Bowl. I have not seen a team that's playing out there with the fire that they played with prior to winning that Super Bowl. Maybe it's Brian Dawkins not being involved in that defense anymore. Maybe that's why the defensive backs got soft. I don't know. Bring Brian Dawkins back. I know he's doing his missions for the Lord and all that kind of stuff, but, drop him, $10 million and say, listen, we just need you to get back in here with these young guys and get them going. Something is off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, really off. And it's not just their play, but the fire for the game. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you see a hungry team? And I'm not just talking about based on this year's this loss that they had, but I'm talking about even last year before Foles came in. Before Foles came in last year, the fucking season was over. We had pushed our chips to the middle of the table and said, fuck it, we lost. And Foles did the same thing again. Got it going again. And the team rallied behind him. We ain't going to talk about that. So there was something going on in that locker room. I'm not trying to say something. I'm saying something. It was something going on in that locker room where this guy all of a sudden took these boys out to drink King Louis the 13th or whatever they had him. They had him buying Mad Dog or something. You know what I'm saying? They was drinking Hennessy and all that. You see Deshaun and Alshon smiling. They was all nice in them pics with them balls like, hey, baby. They was, look, to help to win them over because I believe them boys love Foles. I believe the whole team loves Foles over Wentz.
I agree.
And I believe this is just a big conspiracy that we see because they're trying to help him navigate through everything he's going through without losing this football team. Because if he loses this football team, he's going to lose that spot in Philly. These fans, they acting like they're patient. But I'm telling you, we have a losing year this year. We 6-10 or something. Everybody's going to be screaming about, we need to go get Foles. We should have never got rid of Foles. You know what's coming. What's coming. You bet your ass they better go out there and play ball against Detroit, or this thing is going to start to come apart. It's going to come apart fast. And it's going to work. Once it starts flowing out of the mouths of the people who talk sports, like me, who talk real sports, is not up there lying to you about Wentz is this, Wentz is that. Fuck the bullshit. I don't even know why I was getting on that. Really, how I really feel, I don't trust him. And I told you that, Jay. I told you that, too, DHD. I don't trust him. I would have never traded Foles in the first place. I would have traded fucking Wentz.
Yep.
2 first-round picks. I'm going to tell you exactly what we talked about off show. I don't even know why I'll let this show get started, and I came in here, trying to be cute. I would have sent him to the Raiders for a first round this year and a second or third round this year and a first round next year, 2020, and a fourth rounder. His ass would have been gone. I would have stuck with Foles. I would have drafted a quarterback and all the other players that we needed to put around Foles, and we would have kept this thing fucking rolling. Because if Alshon didn't drop that ball last year, Foles would have won back-to-back Super Bowls, and we wouldn't even be talking about this bullshit right now. On that note, I'm signing off. First in Philly in the basement. I got my boy DHD. Say what's up, DHD, or later.
I'm out.
And my boy Jersey J.
Hey, we're gonna do this for y'all this way in this format for the foreseeable future, because it's a better format for us. So we can relax and be who we want to be instead of trying to do studio time and say the right thing. Again, this is 21 and up. Keep your kids off the camera if you don't want them to hear this kind of language, because this is what it's gonna be from now on. We're gonna post this on Facebook. And we're gonna post this on our YouTube channel. So definitely follow us there. And I guess we're gonna try to lock down a schedule, most likely coming up. We just don't know what that schedule is yet. I guess maybe if they lose again, maybe we won't do this shit ever again. But we need to lock down some type of schedule so that the fans will, be ready for this when it comes out, because this is a little bit long. I think we've been doing this for about a little over an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. So, but
it's
definitely
a normal show. It's
definitely
how long our normal shows, man. Yeah,
good content. I was thinking about the pre warm up talk that we had before.
Oh yeah.
So there was a little bit more that you guys won't get to see.
But it's coming. Hey, post your comments. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you really feel about the Eagles. Tell us how you really feel about what we're talking about. It don't matter. We're gonna keep it real. First in Philly, in the basements. Your boy Big Murph. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Birds.